Hello. This is this week's Just a Guy Named Francis podcast. And this week we're bringing it to you more structured than it ever has been before. I have a very long list of stuff to actually talk about that I'm going to slowly chug through, and hopefully there's no awkward kind of gaps in between. But we've got a list of things. I'll quickly go over an overview because you've got to do that to tease you guys in. But there's new artifact potentially coming tomorrow. We're going to talk about the weekend event just gone, and what I think about this weekend. I've also decided I'm going to talk a bit about like this week's kind of normal game rotation stuff, so the PvP arena and some of the extra loot operations and the recruitment operation, and a little shout out at the end. So stick around for that. But yes, let's start with the biggest kind of thing that I'm seeing around at the moment is we're expecting an update to come, and in this update, we know there is going to be a new artifact. So, due to the lovely marketing team of the game, they seem to be working on a slightly different schedule than the developers are, but no fault to them. It gets confusing in companies, so we'll let them off for now, but it's great for us. But yes, on Facebook and X, they posted a little something about a vitals pad in the artifact pass, which we've seen nothing about. It doesn't exist in the game, so it seems that they have released that a little bit too early. It came along with some flavor text. Don't just survive, recover faster, fight longer, and outlast the opposition. We have absolutely no clue what that means, but it's definitely going to have some kind of healing properties to it. We do partially know that it does increase the received healing. So you've got Robot and Medkit. He will give out healing at an increased amount. This one is going to increase the receiving amount. So I've kind of theory crafted up in a team, Robot with a Medkit, to me with the healing gel, plus any attacker of your choice with this new vitals pad. It could be something completely game breaking. The amount of heals that you're going to be able to pull off seems to be quite insane. But alongside this, we should see that the 2.6 update, which if you had a very eagle eyes last week, you would have seen a notification go out on the game about try 2.6 out now. But when you check the game, there's no updates at all, apart from that one guy on Discord who I'm pretty sure is somehow gaslit into thinking, but that's a fun story. But yes, generally Ubisoft will drop updates on Tuesdays. So today, as the time I'm recording, it is a Tuesday. We was expecting an update. However, thanks to the Lord himself, Don Esteban, he reminded me that it's a Spanish public holiday. So they're not in the office today. So that leaves us hopeful for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will see an update go out, and most likely with this update we will get the new artifact in the shape of the artifact pass, which I think we've been without one for a while. Alliance just means nothing at the moment until then. But I believe the normal update time, for me at least in the UK, is around 9 a.m. and then the artifact pass should be about 10 a.m. I don't know if I can translate that to you any better in the description, but check down below in case I have figured it out. But yeah, so tomorrow is looking exciting for game content. Next on the list is the weekend's event just gone. So we had a From Worlds Beyond event where it was a short 2-minute operation, I believe it was, and there was big difficulty increases. Primarily the one I think everyone got to was wave 17. It was a really great event. It's very different. It's a lot more better than what they had the solo battle beast going crazy. It was impossible to do with just criminal characters. But no, this one was good fun. I think I ran all of my passes. I'm not too sure. I forgot to check before the event ended today. But I had a very successful time. I managed to get myself quite a few from Worlds Beyond. I think I got a couple of Allens and a Fula. Fula is who I'm currently building at the moment, so a great event for me overall. It felt like it was mainly targeted at the spenders though, so anyone that could get over wave 17 would probably laugh at this event. But it was good in general. It would be cool to see some more of them going ahead. Leading on to this weekend's event, so this is my guess. So basing it on the fact that tomorrow we're getting a new artifact, supposedly, and in the actual game store with real money you can buy a lot of the most recent artifacts that came out. I have a feeling that they're phasing the exclusivity of them now, and this weekend we're going to get an artifact DNA/lab based event. So I think this came around a couple months ago. In the lab shop there was every artifact in the game there'd be a possibility of rolling over. There'd be missions that can increase the amount of DNA you get quite a lot. And what I think a lot of people are waiting on is double DNA for commons. This doesn't affect me too much, but it'd be great to see for those. I see a lot in the Discord of people just hoarding so many commons. It's almost disgusting because the amount of tapping they're going to have to do if there is a double DNA event. But hopefully for you guys, you can clear out your account a little bit. I'm praying for you. But yeah, that's my guess for this weekend. A artifact DNA lab event. So the next few stuff is going to be stuff that I'm going to talk about regularly every week. So the first one is the restricted PvP arena. I just want to try and give my overview and my first thoughts on the week ahead and how you guys should plan it. So this week is primarily attackers only. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of Universes, Invincibles, and Omni-Men around. They are the main three attackers that I think everyone's going for, especially Universa. Well, for me, all three of them are my three main attackers in general. So the best counter, here's just the guy named Francis tip, will be Doc Seismic. He has his synergy, which lowers the damage of Viltrumites, and the attacker attacker role is quite filled with Viltrumites. So two of them being Invincible and Omni-Man, but also Anissa and Fula. They're both very commonly ranked up attackers. So yes, Doc Seismic I think will be the way to go forward for the rest of the week. Another one I saw is Blue Invincible, though I doubt many people will have him leveled up. He could be a great shout for this week. He synergizes with attackers, but you also got to be careful. Is the big belt whales out there who did get a lot of him, they will also be going for the Blue Invincible, so be careful of that one. Another thing that happens weekly is our extra loot operation. So I believe this starts on... No, this has already started. I got mixed up. The extra loot operation. This started yesterday. Everyone who's anyone, so that's for your artifacts and your artifact XP. I believe it's plus 20% you get. I believe everyone who's anyone should be a mandatory operation you do run. So it's going to be great. The best strat from that I know of at the moment, I believe that is commonly known in the game, is just Invincible. This is regular Invincible on his own. Done. I don't think he requires any specific artifacts. I think mine has the cloak, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, a solo Invincible, slap him in there, can easily get to around 1000, I believe, at a highly leveled up one. I reckon that's from an Omnipotent Plus, which isn't out of the realms for a lot of people, but yes. Also, if you have a Cecil, add him to the mix as well. So just original Invincible and a Cecil should see you get very good returns this week on that plus 20%. If you have all the artifacts, I still think you should run this event, because the artifact XP you can get, I'm hoping in the lab events there's commonly an exchange kind of part of it where you can transfer your blues into your silvers and your silvers into your golds. So get farming now and you'll have lots of them, so for the late game you'll have a lot of XP to be spending on. And then what I was going to say, starting on Thursday, our recruitment operation for the week, or it's like a 6-day event, will be for Earth Defenders. So I know the legend himself, Carabix Pinky. He has a lot of stuff. I need to go over a bit because I haven't read the event one too much. But yes, I will have a look at that. But hopefully this is going to be great for investing into your Invincible and your Omni-Men with all the Earth Defender food. But this leads me on to my first, hopefully smooth transition. Another character in the Earth Defenders that you'll be getting a lot of, I assume, will be Darkwing. And you may be thinking, why is Darkwing so important? He's just a rare character. I forgot to press play for a while. I don't know how long that set me back. But yes, why is Darkwing such an important character? He's not. But if anyone can convince you, it is magical. He's a very big, frequent person on the Discord server. I don't know what he does with his life, but he is now an official Ubisoft Barcelona Invincible Guarding the Globe content creator through a lot of strenuous firewalls he had to break through. He has been gifted it, so I have added on my notes. This will be the first shout out I ever give. I don't think I'm big enough to justify being allowed to give shout outs, but we're doing it anyway. So go give Magical a good watch. I've also got in the notes mock for Darkwing and Scottish, so do with that information what you will. Yeah, absolute insane lad. He's got his Darkwing up to Seismic, I believe, which is one of the only ones I've seen. Or at least one of the only people I've seen that are proud about it as well at the same time. And that kind of brings me to the end. I thought this would be a nice structured one that would take me up to the end of these events. I have been recording for 12 minutes at the moment, so I have to do my best and just kind of move on. My account hasn't changed much, I don't think. I'm currently working on Fula quite a lot. The weekend did help me get a star or two on Fula. I cannot remember. It also helped with Russ. Russ is now in... I think he's now Seismic, to be honest. I don't even know if it was before this week he was Seismic, but he is now Seismic. So it's a great weekend for those two on my account. Hopefully when they're up to Omnipotent I will focus on my main team a bit, as I have a feeling for the inevitable future these podcast episodes are going to be the exact same team with the exact same levels for quite a while. So I hope you're excited for a partially meta team to watch for 20 odd minutes. But yes, general life stuff at the bottom I've just put for those who have stuck around this long in the video. This week's live stream on Thursday is going to be a tight one. For work I am going to somewhere very far away, which I shan't say just in case any of you want to try and stalk me. But yeah, it's looking likely I should be back in time, but I just want to put the disclaimer out there that I may not be there this Thursday. Yeah, I've just put, but if smooth, should be back in time. Which is perfect. What else there's there to talk about? Let's just talk about Invincible. I think I mentioned I'm a very big Invincible fan. One day I will show it off, but I look above me, and as proof of my Invincible fandom, I do have U2s and Funko Pops. So I've got a Funko Pop of Invincible and Omni-Man. They're sitting right in front of my head at the moment. And I've got the U2s. I've got the one with the train scene with Omni-Man and Invincible. I didn't get because they had another drop of Invincible and Conquest. I didn't get one of them, which I regret slightly, but I'm happy. I'm happy with my little Invincible collection. Also, all the comic books, they are sitting right behind me right now, but if I had a camera, you'd be able to see, but I don't, so... Whoops. In general, I am very fearful for this video to go out, primarily because the whole talking about the new artifact. I think I can now speak freely about my own opinions on this. I know Ubisoft are very negative against data mining or any information that's not supposed to be out there, but we'll turn it around and say it's their own fault. But hopefully anyone from Ubisoft that is still watching now, I apologise, but get your marketing team together, or don't, because it's great for us to get excited for the game. But yeah, I'm hoping they're cool with this video. I mean, this will get slapped on the Discord community content page, and they will see it tomorrow morning when they sign in, and we shall see from there how they take it. But if predictions are correct and the update is tomorrow, I don't think it should be an issue. I think it's going to be more awkward if the update is delayed a week and now they've got a video of their next brand new artifact coming out a week earlier than what they wanted. So oopsies, apologies, but the game's the game, you know. Plans for other content was a thing I was going over. So I do have a second account which I check once a day. I don't even like micromanage it quite a lot, but the goal on it is to get everyone to Epic Plus specifically, and then do proper testing videos where everyone's the same level. You can't mess around with it too much. So far I've got 3 characters up to Epic. I can't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure Invincible, Seismic, and Powerplex, because I started the account when Powerplex event was out. But yeah, I'm getting closer to having an Epic Plus, and hopefully by the time I have all of them at Epic Plus, that we should see some very cool gaming videos on this incredible channel. But it's on a older iPhone, which is still a lightning cable, so I can't record it properly because the adapter I bought to use it doesn't work properly. I've got to play around with it a little bit. But at the moment, because I have a newer iPhone, it's got a USB-C, it's easier to do a display output, which is how you can see this incredible, invigorating gameplay on your screen right now. But I'm still messing around with the adapter, and it's not going great. But you know, hopefully soon it should be done. I will say, for stage 49, I survived that very easily. I had a lot of health there. I don't think I'm going to be able to do stage 50 because that's always a massive difficulty increase, but we shall do a live commentary right now on the event. Everyone's going ham at the moment. We are losing health faster than the enemy is. They do have more of a faction bonus than I do. War Moment absolutely tearing up a storm in the middle. Robots popping some heals, but will it be strong enough? No, because we don't have the brand new Vitals pad coming tomorrow or next week. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the comparison between, to see if Robot's medkit does have a big effect on the Vitals pad, if they both work together, or will they just ignore each other, because that would be insane healing from Robot. I might actually complete this. Stage 50 for the first time I will ever complete, which is huge. It's only going to be a 1-star, but a complete is a complete at the end of the day. We just got an Immortal, a Green Ghost, and a Shrinking Ray, but all of our team is still standing. Titan is looking worse for wear. However, Titan's ability to increase his defense with his HP lost, he is proper tanking it. He is about to die though. No, he's not. He's about to survive, but we might be able to clutch it. 6 seconds left. Immortal, come on, come on. And there we go. Got him down. 2 seconds to spare. This is god tier gaming content right here. But that is the first time I have ever completed a stage 50. I'm heavily chuffed. Just before the end of the time. We'll have a quick check of where we fall this week. It is a Tuesday, so I am a day late. Top 5%, which is fantastic. 1,094. I might, throughout the week, go back and micromanage a little bit, because I know that there are strats to get faster times on the earlier rounds. However, that will be the end of the video. I have nothing else to say. I think I've done a pretty good job this week, and hopefully you've done a pretty good job at enjoying this. But I shall see you hopefully on Thursday for a live stream, but if not, it'll be next week with another episode of this guy's doing absolutely nonsense talking. But thank you for watching, but at the end of the day, I'm